Well, there was a period where I was doing a lot of projects with Mike Portnoy, of course, the drummer of Dream Theater and the Winery Dogs, and Mike is from the same generation I'm from, and we're into a lot of the same bands. And the first one we did was a Beatles tribute band, and it was great to hear Mike play a Ringo kit, and in a way that was really more about the singing than it was the guitar playing. You know, I had to make sure I could sing the harmonies, work out quickly which part to take. And fortunately, I grew up listening to those Beatles songs, so I already sort of had them in my memory. The least challenging one that Mike and I did together, the one that came easiest to me was the Rush one, because that was, from a guitar playing standpoint, the stuff that I had worked on most as a kid. You know, I already knew Hemispheres and 2112 and most of that material I'd played so much as a teenager that, you know, I just had to brush up a couple little loose ends, and that came together really quick. The toughest one was The Who, which I think most people would think like, oh, Pete Townsend, he's, you know, simple. That's Pete Townsend's chord voicings. He uses a lot of upper voicings. So, you know, when I was a kid, I was into the Ramones. So, you know, if I played a D chord, it would be, I'd play the low, chunky, here I stand. You know, so many. That's the usual heavy rock thing, is you play the power chord, or if you don't play that, you play the cowboy D chord. And Pete Townsend, he does the upper voicings, which makes the band sound so good. You know, John Entwistle's covering the low part, and from Pete doing those higher voicings, he creates more separation between the two instruments. So it's all those high voicings. And I just remember doing, you know, Pinball Wizard, and the crowd just freaking out. There's just such good riffs. But that, of course, you know, having to get the swings together and the jumps, and it's just physically intense music. And we did the Zeppelin tribute, and, you know, as a kid, I was such a huge Jimmy Page fan, so to do, you know, those just big, heavy Jimmy Page riffs, and you know, most of the stuff I'd learned when I was a teenager, when I had a pretty good ear, but I still wasn't getting all the riffs, you know, 100% right. And, you know, now that I was doing this I think I was in my 30s at the time, and my ear was so much better, and I could really pick out a lot of the details more. And I knew like about the altered tunings for the Rain song, and so you know, I could just nail it a little bit better. And so that was a blast. But man, Mike Portnoy, thanks for putting those together. You were not only a great drummer, but a master of organization. You know, Mike was like the tour manager and the set list builder and the promoter and the guy that made the T-shirts, and really a hard-working guy.